Hi. So this should be a video. I'm not really sure, but today I was blessed with a breakthrough on how to deal with getting rid of a or no, I'm not gonna say getting rid of. I'm gonna say finding a way to not be stuck in a feeling of entrapment with my daughter's father, who is very toxic, covert narcissist, and the narcissist empath dynamic is dying. It's actually so old to this point that eventually it's going to be to the point where it's done and narcissists hanging out to dry at their own accord. So I'll give you a backstory. And so in 2017 or 18, I don't know if it was 18 or 2017, I met my daughter's father during a time when I was very lonely, going through a transition, feeling, exploring freedom. And I was super excited about moving to San Diego, California. I had took the necessary steps to be financially stable. And even though I had learned um, how to maintain that stability in that time, I was super excited about what life had to offer. I mean, honestly, honestly, I was like, I'm going to San Diego. So I'll give a backstory about why I was going to San Diego. The apartment complex, or the apartment we stayed in, was privately owned, and our lease was up, and I was looking for a place to call home. And I thought that if I chose a different state or just a different location, I would find joy and bliss there. I know that what I truly needed was inside of me. However, I was always I was really up for a lot of adventure during this time. And so I figured I'm going to San Diego, California. So it was a big move for me to buy a one-way ticket to San Diego, California, get a plan, and just like, we're going to put this baby into action. And that's exactly what I did. I bought that one-way ticket, and an opportunity presented itself, so where I would be able to make some extra money while working a call center job. So I definitely took it because I was just like, okay, there'll be more money. And I was also developing great financial skills, able to save. And I started knowing what mattered to me. I know I like nice clothes. So I was able to keep the things that I liked, such as nice clothes and things like that, while saving at the same time. So the day that I met my daughter's father, it was August 1st, 2017 or 2018. Oh, look at that.
Mhm.
I was doing some emotional shopping. I hadn't yet understood that it was okay for me to feel sad, and that's okay. Well, I decided to do some emotional shopping, and I went to Walmart, and there I met her father. I met his parents. And I felt like I had known this guy for a while. We've had past lives together and things of that nature. And we exchanged phone numbers. And that day, my phone had been off, and I was not sure if I had wanted the phone on, but I had decided to pay my phone bill so I could talk to him. And we started talking for hours about, I hear an ad about the ethers and things like that. So I was like, he has to be meant for me, because I was not able to have a lot of spiritual conversations with a lot of people. However, what I did not realize was that he was copying a lot. He was basically wording how to speak to me based off of what I was saying. And because I wasn't used to people listening to me or giving me the respect that I deserved, I was thinking, oh my gosh, he is the one for me. So he was not working at the time, and he didn't have a car, and he wasn't really able to attract barely anything. He'd been wearing the same shoes for God knows how long, which doesn't matter about material things. But if someone is not able to get the things that they like in a manner that is of honesty, then you have to consider something's not there. And me being like, well, he's just probably going through a tough time right now. So, and me being a giver, and an empath at that, it was just like, oh shit, I've hit the jackpot. So we get closer and closer. I'm love bombed, but I also showed signs of immense independence. So that means if you fuck up, I will leave. I was being psychologically manipulated, emotionally manipulated. There was so much manipulation going on that before the physical abuse started, well, there was all this programming for me to stay, and I was being picked apart by him and his family left and right. It was super scary. Was already damaged from my family, and I hadn't took the time to properly heal. I hadn't took the time to see who I truly was. I had felt worthless when I met him. People would say things about me, and I would just go with it because I felt to myself, well, if they say it, then it must be true, right? Oh, this is so cute, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, all right. So, during this time, I had planned on going to San Diego because I was like, I want to go to San Diego. My mother was like, please don't go. But I was like, I'm going to San Diego. And I fell in love. I fell in love deep, to the point that I didn't understand the importance of boundaries, which the more that you get to know me, you're going to understand why it is I keep such healthy boundaries in my family unit. My family and healthy boundaries are so important to me that I will not tolerate anything less. It's like these are my main focuses: my family and healthy boundaries. And I believe families that have healthy boundaries are families that will prosper versus families that have these boundaries that are blurred, and you'll be seeing a lot of conflict. And peace is very important to me. So I chose not to go to San Diego due to falling in love. And I did not do this exercise yet that my husband taught me. He is an amazing teacher, and I'm grateful for him. So, he taught me to say it's not my fault, about being abused and things like that before the physical abuse started. The psychological abuse took place. Dear God, that took some time to clear out. But let me tell you, it didn't happen by myself. This man here helped me. When he met me, I was definitely broken. I had a lot of programming in my head about who I was and what I wasn't. And while I was broken and torn apart after being with my daughter's father, because I really loved him, and I didn't realize that I was with the narcissist who likes to collect trophies. This man here help put me back together. And when you actually meet someone who loves you enough to keep you in a state of, baby, describe to them how I was and we're being honest here, because for so long I've had people say to me, you're crazy, you're this, you're that. And then turns out I had people dropping their mirroring to me, telling me how they felt about themselves. But it was important for them to keep putting on me how they felt about themselves. But I had took on so many energies that weren't mine. Honey, how was I when you met me? Be honest. Because if anyone from my past wants to go and say she's crazy, she's unstable, she's this and she's that,
When I met you,
I'm just going to make peace with it. You know that that's not who I am.
when I met you weren't you. You were walking around with others' emotions, others' feelings, others' anxieties and issues and problems that you couldn't even define your own issues.
Wow. So if anything, it was he had quite a lot of work to do when, and a lot of patience with me. He had quite a lot of work to do to help me heal. And I love him for being accepting me at my worst. I had thought I would meet my twin flame. It doesn't even matter the label at this point. I had thought I would meet my divine counterpart, my divine masculine, when I had reached a particular level of success, or so as I thought. However, I met my divine counterpart when I was at my lowest. I was broken. I was houseless by the time I met my divine counterpart. I had been trying to keep up with my daughter. I had lost everything that I had known, and well, not every, but the materialistic stuff. So I felt extremely broken when I met him. So when I met him, I felt a sense of safety that I couldn't understand, because the first day I met him, I had finally been able to get a shower after almost being human trafficked. And yeah, it's been a journey. So this was before my daughter was spitefully taken from me, because my daughter's father felt I did him wrong by leaving and taking with me everything that I gave him that was not being appreciated at that time. He was out there doing what he did and bringing back whatever he could in that house, negative energy, all kinds of BS. And I had made so many I had made so many okays, and it's okay for you to do this. It makes sense. It's all right. That I finally realized I had enough, and my love language is come correct or don't come at all. And for me to have a strong man next to me who's accepting of that, I am so grateful for him. I don't have to explain myself. He takes the time to actually, like, find out stuff, and then he'll ask questions just to verify if he's not getting something. You know what I mean? So having a child with someone who I did not know that they could go so nasty in a matter of minutes just because you denied them whatever you gave them access to. I gave my daughters access to my energy of peace and abundance and creativity. I had so many ideas stolen from him. This is such a beautiful picture. I'm not even gonna cut it. This is their moment. I hope they're truly happy. Look, baby.
Yes, girlfriend.
I know. Anyhow, I felt like damaged goods after walking away from my daughter's father. I had never felt so damaged in my life. I mean, I had felt damaged by my family and things of that nature. But when I met that man, oh my gosh, let me tell y'all, I said, God damn, I did not know this was possible. I was sick, I was drained, I was healing the hell out of him. So much to the point that I was not able to heal myself. And when I was not able to heal myself or heal him, that's when the physical abuse started. And during this time, my daughter had came into the picture. Well, and I was juggling this image that I was trying to be because I didn't want to feel the wrath of his family, because I felt his family starting to bring the claws out because I was saying, no, you can't hold my child. You know, you got a whole bunch of demons on you. You got a whole bunch of shit with you. And let me tell you, I was feeling the wrath of others because I was setting boundaries with people, especially his family. So when I met this man, I knew that life wasn't meant to be difficult or hard. So when me and my daughter left, we left May 31st, 2019, because the abuse had gotten really bad. On May 29, 2019, he had choked me in a martial arts way. His father had even condoned it. And 2 days later, my daughter and I left. An associate of mine helped us leave. And because my daughter's father had hid my keys from my car, making it so I was not able to go to work. And let me tell you, that was something. It was like being in a I can see you in it. It was like being in I can see you in it. It was like being in a Lifetime movie. I was harassed. My money was stolen. Ooh, child. Yes, child. Not only did he fuck me good, my family fucked me real good too. I released them too because it doesn't serve me to be around them. So I had to go. Ooh, child. And at the time I had custody of my daughter. It was meant for me to leave Greenville, North Carolina. I did not have a good support system there. And oh, yeah, what you need, baby? Right here. Right here, baby. I'll see what you got, and then I'm just gonna freestyle whatever I do. It was a mess. Let's say 2019. 2019 was very difficult for me. It was it was a testament to how strong that I would not give up, but at the same time, let me tell y'all, it was so difficult to go through because it's like, I was dragged to court, called out of my name crazy. Oh, multiple occasions. It was, my daughter had been attempted to have been taken from me. I was not aware I was dealing with snakes, and it's not my fault. I didn't know. I'm telling myself that now because I have heavy guilt and anger towards myself for entertaining such low vibrational, hateful individuals who are now missing me, wishing they had me around, wishing that they could be in my energy. And I'm just like, nope, you fucked up. I gave y'all so many chances, and y'all just didn't take into consideration what you truly had. So when I finally I had before my daughter was spitefully taken from me by my daughter's father and the family members that had supposedly went above and beyond to help me keep her from him, being aware that he has pedophilic tendencies and he's raped a young lady in the past. Ooh, child. I had custody of my daughter. However, when I became houseless, and homeless is not knowing who you are. I learned who I was while being while not being in the house. I found myself. I'm still finding myself day in and day out. Became houseless when I knew who I was and what I wasn't going to stand up for. Me and my husband have been dealing with some nasty characters who will love nothing more than to see us back out there houseless because we speak the truth no matter what, even if it makes some people upset. That's not ever happening again. So we've gotten stronger because of the experience, but it's not one. Know who you are. You know what I mean? Being homeless, being houseless, it's a journey. It makes you stronger. It can break you or make you. It all depends on whatever you choose to do. Mm. So anywho, I became houseless, homeless. I already been through the ringer of life. It felt hard as fuck, man. I tell y'all the truth. I said, God damn. I mean, I'm trying to get my life together. I'm trying to just love myself. I had so many people tell me, you ain't shit, Spain. You don't have no value. You don't matter. And yet they wanted me around so much because of what I offer to the table. And I offer beautiful things that only those who are worthy will get to be a part of. Boy, let me tell y'all, you know, I've been through the ring, y'all. One day I'm gonna see the beauty of these experiences, because let me tell y'all, when I say it's my first year of peace, y'all, I've been through hell and back since I was a child, y'all. It ain't even been a whole year yet, but this is my first time experiencing peace, and I had to cut off unhealthy family ties that do not serve me. So when I walked away from my family, boy, they showed me who they really was. Child. And I sent a message to the family member who helped my daughter's father get her taken from me in court yesterday, being vulnerable, letting her know, y'all, like, yo, you really did hurt me. You know, I'm angry and you really did hurt me, but I'm going to say thank you for making me stronger, because if I choose to stay upset and angry, it's only going to affect me. It's going to weaken my immune system. It's going to keep me unhappy. And I refuse to live that way anymore. So, and before I try to be all big and bad and say karma gonna get your ass and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, we all got our own karma to deal with. I'm not the universe. I'm not God. Whoever your higher power is, y'all, that's who your higher power is. I'm not gonna try to act like a dictator saying what I say goes, because that doesn't serve me. I release control in areas that do not serve me. I'm just going with the flow of the universe at this point for the rest of my life, just so I can experience joy and happiness. And I really got honest and said it really broke my heart, like the role you played in it. And I'm angry and I'm upset and I miss my daughter and I'm really going through it without her. But this is a time for me to heal. And I see that now. You know, there's a reason she's not here with me. And I know she's safe. I know she's divinely guided and protected, because I'm divinely guided and protected. All the ones that I care about and love are divinely guided and protected. And the vision that we see for ourselves is what we are going to expand on, not the image that the society we live in paints for us to be sad and miserable and wondering what's going to happen to us one moment or the next. So now, before my daughter was taken, I was not able to communicate with her. Conversations were controlled. He was hanging up on me, so talking blasphemy in my name. Family members were doing it too. And I took it personal for quite a long time, but for the first time, I'm not taking it personal. The biggest thing that they kept saying that really hurt my feelings, she's crazy. And I said, it really hurt me because it's like, yo, how am I so crazy and yet y'all still trying to be in my energy? Huh? The scapegoat, I'm not a scapegoat, but the person that used to allow herself to be a scapegoat because she didn't know she was a scapegoat for y'all has become stronger, and she's not there to take on your burdens and your pain. So so now just talk bad about me. You know, he even told my daughter I won't coming back. Like after he got custody of her, he made it so I couldn't talk to her at all. Yo, and when I had custody of my daughter, and all while I was getting harassed, I wish the solution I'm gonna tell y'all about I had known, but I didn't know at the time. But I'm gonna tell y'all because it'll be very helpful for whoever's needing to hear this. I still did not take away any time for. I still let him. I still let him do his thing. I was very fear based, and I thought they kept calling me out of my name, calling me crazy, saying she's this, she's that, and I didn't want to appear the way they kept saying I was. Like, have you ever been so sane that when somebody who is really unhappy and mentally unstable, but they're covering up with materialistic shit, calls you crazy, that it's like you hear it so much that you start to believe it. Well, that was me for quite a while. And let me tell you, I was like, for a while, I was really under the belief system that I was crazy, that something was wrong with me. My family kept doing it. My mother abused me so bad to the point, and I believe my mother has schizophrenia. She tried to cover up what she did by saying, okay, Spain's a problem child. Spain's this. But if you were into the field of psychology, you understand that a child who's acting out or reserved or isolating themselves or showing signs of being withdrawn is experiencing some sort of abuse, even if it's not home, outside. So if you see someone and you're just like they're weird or they're just withdrawn or something's going on, how about stop judging and ask them their story, man? Like, for real, empathy. Because people will be going through some real rough shit behind the scenes that you don't know about. You're going through rough shit. And during the time, because my vibration was so low, I was attracting all these people who was dumping their shit on me for years. And this has really hurt me, y'all. Like, real shit, man. I mean, I've been afraid to put myself out there because I was like, I'm afraid of getting hurt again. But damn it, man. I mean, at least if I get hurt this time, won't be the same damn way. I was afraid to stand up for myself because I didn't want to be called crazy. I've been called crazy all my life by people who they could dress the part, they could walk and talk the part, but when they got behind closed doors, yo, it was hell, man. My the family people I grew up with, they knew how to make it look like, yes, I'm this, I'm that, I got it going on. But when they got behind closed doors, abuse was happening, mental abuse. My family wanted to hide their mental illnesses so much to the point that no one really wanted to acknowledge that I need help. They didn't want to say, hey, I'm not feeling good about something. I'm angry. I have anger issues. I mean, why else would you be abusing a child or seeking a child out to beat fuck out of them? Because you had a bad day up because your boyfriend looked at your child the wrong way and you could tell he's a pedophile. Shit like that, man. Being misunderstood used to be one of the worst things for me. Being called crazy used to be one of the worst things for me. But I'll say now, one of the worst things for me is not sharing my story because somebody out there needs to hear that there's nothing wrong with you. You're wonderful just the way you are. In this new world, fuck shit that used to fly is not going to fly anymore. People are sharing their stories because we have to open up our mouths and use our throat chakra so that we can all start to see we are all one. But to be one with another, you have to become one with yourself. And that's going to be a lifelong journey. So get to know you. And if you feel like inspired and strengthened by someone, say thank you for this message, spirit and universe, whoever your higher power is, and you take it and you ride with it, but you make it your own, but not like you copy them, but you start to get to know yourself more. You know what I mean? Your battles, your scars are your strengths. Do not let those shits weaken you. It's a choice if you choose to or not to. Um, but yeah, I mean, we're gonna get to the solution. But like somebody out here needed to hear that the shit you've been through, you are validated for how you feel. Being a bigger person is not easy. It can be very damn difficult to be the bigger person, and then you're trying to figure out like, God damn, man, it seemed like nothing but bad shit happened to good people. We're in a time and age where good stuff happens to good people, and these things that you're experiencing are just making you stronger, and it's not always gonna be hell and back. Man, I've been raped, I've been abused from childhood to adulthood by my mother. I've been abused by lovers, man. I've been psychologically, mentally, emotionally fucked with by people who said it was my friends, my family. I've been so misunderstood for having a different perspective and being open-minded in the closed minded community, that I used to think something truly was wrong with me. And sometimes in my head I still say it's your fault, all this stuff happened. But I know it's not my fault. It is not my fault that someone decided to take their anger out on me because I was a mirror to who they truly were. It's not my fault someone decided to be like, I don't like you because I don't like myself. That's not my fault. So whoever needs to hear whatever struggles you've been through is only meant to make you stronger, man. And I'm gonna give you that solution because somebody needs it. If you're dealing with a toxic co-parent dynamic, man, and you really love your child, get a mediator that you trust. It can be legal. And you gotta have somebody who's on that shit, man. On their A game. Gonna bring that shit with them. Cause you can have the girlfriend who's just a good support system, able to cry it out with. But when it come time to talking to an abusive personality, if you know that it hits you deep and they done cut you so deep that you don't really want, you just had enough and you don't want to deal with them, but you want to be a part of your child's life and they're making it quite difficult. You let them know I have a mediator who will be on the phone the whole time recording these conversations. And you have to accept that sometimes they're not going to have the greatest communication skills. If they don't have it, it's not going to be practice. And if they are acting as if they have it, or they're being manipulative, it will come out in due time. Do not try to force it or press it. That's not your job. Your job is just to simply be in your own energy. You're healing right now. You're trying to be with your child the best way you can under the circumstances. It's really stressful. So if I'm the toxic ex coming at you like, well, you didn't do this and you didn't do that, and I see, and I'm just trying to talk to my child, breathe through it, acknowledge that you feel something. I have a stone for emotional healing. Y'all, I need it because the anger that I have towards this man, it's not as great as it used to be, but the pain has been cut so deep into me to the point that I realized if I had stayed, I would have died inside. I now know my worth because I left. I was meant to meet him to have my child and to learn my worth because I never knew how much I mattered at that time based off the programming that I had been grown up around. And now it helps me realize that they did not know that their own worth, the family members I was around. So with this information, don't take it personal when people do shitty stuff. You're gonna feel how you feel. But just realize there's a deeper root issue to it. You can connect psychology, science, metaphysical things. It you I mean it's time to just start opening your mind and learning some new things because playing the same narrative that's keeping you in the loop to not letting you heal is only going to hurt you. And like I said, I'm cut deep, man. I'm cut deep from what he did, but I'm stronger because of it. I'm going to share my experience with you to help somebody else out. So when I used to talk to him, it was always mental mind games, control tactics, and I realized I'm tired of this shit. I'm about to be 30 soon. I don't give two flying fucks how you feeling. I got a good man, a beautiful home, a great career. I have a beautiful family, and I have so much stuff going for me that at this point, I'm not going to tolerate emotional manipulation, mental manipulation, psychological manipulation. I have had it up to here. I have been lied on for 29 plus years. God damn it. When am I going to put a line in the sand that says this is not flying anymore? And this is the today is today. So today I sent a message because yesterday I said I'm gonna call, and I saw a cycle starting up where I felt like I had to put my stance out there where this is where I stand. And how, but you know, and I knew the control tactics were gonna boot up, and I knew I was going to be downplayed again. But I've had it up to here. When you get to that point where you are tired and you had enough, you done had enough, and you're not going to tolerate bullshit. So I said, fuck it. Um, I know I said I would call today at 5 p.m. He said he was going to be at work. And every time I try to talk to my daughter, he says she's not around. I never know nothing going on with my daughter. I don't know shit about my daughter other than what he chose to tell me yesterday for the first time in goddamn months. I'm grateful for what little bit I know. But there comes a time if you know somebody gonna be on that bullshit and you just like I done had it, I'm not doing it. You get a mediator involved because that's setting the tone that you know your worth and you're not going to sit there and tolerate bullshit. You get a mediator involved because I'm be honest with you, it's too stressful for me to have to even talk to him. Oh,
No,
I,
you're fine, you're
I
fine.
just wanted to touch him.
No, you good, you good. I'm good. Take another take.
Good. I can't wait to hear it. No, I'll do something to it. Um, I done had enough, y'all. So we're coming up with solutions. Now there'll be articles stating the narcissistic empath dynamic and how to deal with it if you have a child with them and stuff like that. But the narcissist will dig deep as they can because they don't want to see an energy source get away. So this is where your inner peace comes in. This is where being vulnerable is important. Accepting that you feel hurt, you're angry, you experience a big loss of yourself, and it's taking time to rebuild. I mean, honestly, I'm being rebuilt from the ground up, going on 30, and I look forward to meeting who I truly am supposed to be because she's such a beautiful woman and at peace. And I'm on that journey to becoming that. And I accept that my past has been quite painful for majority of my life and that it's made me wiser. And that I did not choose to come into a life of abuse. I did not choose to come into a life of being sucked dry and drained from narcissists. The family dynamic I grew up in was narcissistic based. The relationships that I cultivated that I engaged in, and it took a lot of inner strength to walk away from that, to say this is not going to fly anymore. It takes a lot of strength to feel the pain that I feel on a daily basis, to admit that I'm grieving that my daughter is not here. And so, while I am in my full power and I don't know how I am, but yo, it shit hurt, man, deep. Get a mediator, someone you trust who's going to be recording. If you have to prepare for court again, you do what you got to do. Or if you're not preparing for court, but you have a mediator, someone you trust, if that's what you need to do. And if you do not have a mediator, you record conversations. Because I'm telling you, one day when you least expect it, all that shit is going to hit hit the motherfucking fan. And you do your inner, you heal. You go at your own pace. Man, you do it the way you need to do it, because as mothers and fathers, as parents, we're told that we have to sacrifice who we are to make room for our children. We need to maintain who we are so that our children can see that they can be who they are unapologetically without being judged. And that starts with you as a parent. Now, my daughter's heard some things that I don't probably want to be around her. Um, Her father told me yesterday, "Oh yeah, she every time the phone rings, she thinks it's for her." I bet. I used to call that girl like crazy. I don't know how long I'm gonna be grieving, but let me tell you, I'm not going to be angry, bitter, upset. I've come too far. A lot of you guys have come too far. Wherever you're at in life, you've come too far to quit. If life has been rough and tough on you, well, hey, it can either make you or break you. Transmute that pain into something beautiful. Make some motherfucking art, make some music, yo. Share your experience, share your journey. We need to hear the truth. We need to stop acting like pain on a consistent basis is normal. It's not healthy. The narcissistic empath relationship is not healthy. It's old, it's dying out. If you're grieving, and I'm grieving right now, I miss my daughter. I'm still healing from being around really terrible people. You know,
Yeah, you was a touch on.
thank you. And I hope this process it isn't forever. But you know where I'm at right now. I'm not. You know, I'm take that back. I really do hope this healing process isn't forever. But however long it takes, I'm in here for the long call. You know. So yes, the solution is get a mediator if you are talking to someone who's toxic that you must speak to. Get someone who is positive, a good leader that will keep that narcissist on their toes. Okay? You got to do what you got to do. Even if you're the one who's on your toes, the fact that you got away from the narcissist, they're not going to like that. And they're still going to try to cause you hell. And you can have peace and be happy despite the stuff that's going on in your life, despite the traumatic things. Something I'm happy and proud of today is that I get to sit next to this man right here who lets me know that it's okay. You know, I'm not pressured to have sex. I was pressured to have sex in my first pregnancy, and it was uncomfortable. And this pregnancy is so beautiful. However, this baby is much bigger, and he respects that I don't. If I'm not in the mood, he doesn't put pressure on me. Well, you're my wife. If you don't do it, somebody else gonna do it. I'm respected. He respects my mind, my body, my soul. He respects all of me. He lets me just be me, and there's no judgment. And it's so nice to be in that type of energy. and instead of what I've come from. And sometimes it scares me. And the voice in my head says, "Oh, you don't deserve it." But I do deserve it because I have given it out. So it's time to get from a survivor mentality to becoming a thriver. If you're grieving and a person who hurt you doesn't want to acknowledge that you're grieving, it doesn't matter if they don't validate it, because my husband pointed out to me, my daughter's father, he intentionally does not validate what I'm saying. And after having experienced that from so many people, it's like a stab wound that just won't go away. But I know that's an illusion. I have much more happiness surrounding me than this little bubble of pain. I'm still learning from the pain, but I'm also learning to be happy during it. So, whatever you're going through, become your own superhero. I don't care what it looks like. If you go into an office setting and you're saying to your manager, we're going to have a mediator here because I've been feeling really disrespected for the last couple of weeks that I've been working here, and I want to make sure that we're on the same path of communication, so I can make sure that we are in the same area. And if the your manager tries to use tactics to make you feel like, well, he's not welcome here, then I guess I won't be needed here anymore. Sometimes you have to walk away from things to get better. You know your laws, and if you're able to have a legal mediator with you, you do so. You deserve inner peace, but to get it, you have to go within. You have to accept some things that have happened that you have no control over. You have to accept that it's not your fault. Healing is not always going to be pretty. Thanks Thank you for all those who are joining me on my journey of healing, and let me be a part of yours. I wish you all the best to self-empowerment. It's not about finding love and seeking love from others. It's about loving yourself. It's not about looking for someone else to be a pillar of strength. It's about becoming your own pillar of strength. This is a lifetime to do so. You hold back, you will live in regret. Do not treat others like, oh, they know something that I don't. You know exactly what you need to know. And we're going to end it here.